episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make an Oreo ice cream cake. Here's all you need. Vanilla ice cream, store-bought caramel sauce, store-bought chocolate syrup. You need Oreo cookies, of course, and some walnuts in syrup. Okay, first thing you want to do is take a 9-inch springform pan and just line it with plastic wrap. This just makes it easier for you to take the cake out once it's set. Okay, now you also want to take your ice cream and you want to leave it at room temperature for about 45 minutes, half hour to 45 minutes. You want it to get nice and soft because if you don't, it's going to be kind of hard for you to mix in all your ingredients. Okay, work it with your wooden spoon. Okay, and this is going to go back in the freezer, for several hours before you serve it. So you could do this the night before, you could do this a few hours before your guests arrive. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to take these Oreos and I want to line the outside of the pan, just like that. And it's going to be a little bit difficult. Some of them might stay, some of them might not, so you have to work with them. Okay. Once you get the hang of it, they'll all start standing. This is going to be really neat because you're going to be able to cut each slice, and every slice that you cut, they're going to have an Oreo right on the outside of it. Okay. See, once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. Unless they start falling on you. Okay. There we go, almost done. And as far as the crust, what I do is I take the cookies, I open them up, and I line the bottom of them. They don't have to be perfect because nobody's going to see them. Just like that. You could do them either way you want. That doesn't make a difference. If you wanted to, you could buy an already pre-made chocolate graham cracker crust. I know that they also have like an Oreo crust, an Oreo cookie crust. I couldn't find any in my store, so this is what I've been doing forever. Okay. Just line the bottom of it up like that. Here we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to have these Oreos running through your ice cream. Okay. So we have our ice cream. Okay. We're going to put in about a 1/4 cup of caramel sauce. Same amount. If I can get this open, grab a knife. There we go. Of the chocolate sauce. Okay. Then we're going to take one of these big Ziploc bags. I'm going to show you how to get frustration out. If you've had a hard day at work, if you're angry at someone, put some Oreo cookies in a bag. Okay. Oh, almost done. I'm going to do most of these. I'm going to leave a couple left behind because I want to be able to decorate the top of my cake with them. Okay. Picture this being your boss or somebody that really give you a hard time that day and start whacking. Almost done. That's perfect. What you want are like these coarse, I'll show you better. Nice and coarse crumbs like that, because when you bite into your cake, you want to be able to taste whatever it is that you're eating. So, let's put these in here. Okay. Most of these go in. I'm going to sprinkle the top with just a little left. Okay. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Wait till you make this. You're going to find a reason to make this all the time. Not that you need a reason. And it's with things you probably already have in your house. If you have kids, you definitely have Oreos. Or, like me, I don't have kids, but I always have Oreos. And I'm sure everybody has a pint of vanilla ice cream in their freezer. Okay. And I'm going to I'm going to do, you grab a spoon. Okay, I'm going to take these walnuts and syrup. You only need about half of this little jar. Now the reason why I like this is because I love biting into these walnuts. They're so sweet and they're so crunchy. And you don't want to put a lot of them in, just a little. This is a little surprise for people. Okay. Okay. Move your pan over to you. Okay. And you can pour this right in the middle. You see how important it is for your ice cream to be at room temperature? Well, not room temperature, but to let it sit out for a while, because otherwise this would be almost impossible to do. I'm purposely not cleaning out the bowl so that I can clean it out later with a spoon and my lips. Okay, perfect. I've leveled it out. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle some of the leftover Oreo crumbs. Now you can put anything you want in there. If you had maybe some salted roasted peanuts, you can put them in here, or some almonds, or some hazelnuts. Anything you want, really. That much. And then you want to take some more of your caramel sauce and just do that. Okay, and across. There we go. Now the saran wrap is going to help you enormously when you take this out. Now it has to go back in the freezer for at least 4 to 6 hours. I know it sounds like a long time, but you want to make sure that your ice cream cake is really set. Otherwise, when you slice it, it's all going to fall apart and be just a big mess. So into the freezer for about 4 to 6 hours. Cake is set. It's been in the freezer for about 6 hours. Go. Come on. Go. See how easy the plastic wrap makes it for you? Oh, yes. And just slide it onto your cake pan. It's gonna be a little tricky getting the plastic out, but I'll show you. Like that. Place half of it down. There's the other half of it. Almost there. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. It's gorgeous. Let me just grab a paper towel. Look at it. Oh. And the great part about it is because of our cookies, because of the Oreo cookies that we outlined the pan with. Look, every time you cut and slice, I'm just going to cut one slice to show you. Look at that. Every slice has an Oreo cookie in the back, just like that. So you make even slices. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me. Please go to my website to get this recipe and make it as soon as possible. It's www.laurainthekitchen.com. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.